Hello and welcome to another episode of What Travis Says. My name is Travis. Let's talk about Doctor Who. More specifically, let's talk about all of the times that the Doctor himself visited America. Considering that today is the 4th of July, America's Independence Day, let's talk about the handful of times that the Doctor visited the States. Now, this is not a list of all the times that Doctor Who was filmed in the United States, but all the times that the Doctor visited America in the show. This is the Norton Anthology of American Literature, that's why that joke is funny. But to make this list a little more interesting, let's talk about them in order of America's chronology, and not the Doctor's, because wibbly wobbly. In 1870, in a town called Mercy, the Doctor misses Mexico and accidentally lands in Mercy, Nevada, where he comes face to face with a cyborg gunslinger. In 1881, in The Gunfighters, the first Doctor visited Tombstone and actually met up with Wyatt Earp. In 1921, in the Daleks Master Plan, the first Doctor and his companions accidentally land in the middle of a Hollywood film set while filming is going on. In 1930, in The Daleks Take Manhattan, 10 fights off the cult of Skaro at the Empire State Building. In 1938, in The Angels Take Manhattan, Amy, Rory, Eleven, and River are all investigating the Weeping Angels before they create a paradox and disappear. In 1952, during A Christmas Carol, Eleven is at a Hollywood party and accidentally accepts a marriage proposal from Marilyn Monroe. In 1958, 10 was taken to Area 51 in the animated story Dreamland. 1963, the episode of Rose does not take place in 1963 at all. However, Rose is shown a photo of 9 at the JFK assassination. In 1966, in The Chase, the first Doctor fights off the Daleks at the Empire State Building, and as we know, his future version is going to fight them off at the Empire State Building again in the past. Wibbly wobbly. In 1969, in The Impossible Astronaut, Eleven, Rory, Amy, and River all pop into Nixon's Oval Office to pay him a visit. Also in 1969, in the subsequent episode The Day of the Moon, our heroes are pursued all across the country. And Eleven was even fake imprisoned at Area 51 during this time, where 11 years earlier he had visited. But then, taking place in Florida, Eleven, River, Amy, and Rory use the moon landing to defeat the Silence. In 1992, in The Return of Dr. Mysterio, 12 meets a young 8-year-old boy named Grant, who he will end up visiting later in life. In 1999, because of the Master, the 7th Doctor lands the TARDIS in San Francisco, then subsequently gets killed, and then regenerates into the 8th Doctor for the Doctor Who movie. In 2011, in The Impossible Astronaut, at Lake Silencio in Utah is where Eleven is killed. In 2012, and Dalek, 9 and Rose find themselves in an underground vault in Utah with, you know, a Dalek. In 2012, in The Angels Take Manhattan, Amy, Rory, and Eleven are having a picnic in Central Park. They leave, and then they subsequently wake back up after the paradox of Rory's death. And then, the Doctor loses them to the past once again. In 2015, in the Zygon Invasion, 12 visits the town of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, which is actually a real town. In 2016, 12 visits New York City with Nardole and finds out that Grant has grown up with his abilities and is now calling himself the Ghost. In 2017, Empress of Mars begins with 12, Bill, and Nardole popping in on NASA before they receive the God Save the Queen transmission. And that should pretty much bring us up to speed. Are there any times that the Doctor visited America that I failed to mention in this list? Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, I probably did. I know that there are times in the novelizations where he's decided to pop by to the States. As always, my name is Travis. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. Have a happy 4th of July, and you will see me tomorrow.